With a very special guest. We're here at Skippa in Toronto. Skippa is by my standards the best restaurant in Toronto, and today we're cooking with the owner and head chef IAN Robinson. Before we get started, I'm going to ask IAN a few questions. So IAN, what inspired you to become a sushi restaurateur, and how did you feel about that job at the start of your career?
That's a great question. So my father is from Barbados. You know where Barbados is?
Yep.
It's an amazing, beautiful little place. And his cousin married the only Japanese woman on the island. So growing up, I used to go there every summer, like most people in Toronto would go up north every summer. I went to Barbados, and she would make us sushi and Japanese food for breakfast, lunch, whenever we went over to her house. So at that point, I really loved it. It was something unique, something I never really had, even when I was living in the city. And then, you know, you're going to have this feeling sometime when you go to university and you start to think about your life and what you're going to pursue. And then I decided I was going to pursue cooking. And then I decided to choose this very small Japanese restaurant out in Etobicoke called Sushi. And they kind of took me under their wing, and I worked there for almost 5 years, and they showed me everything to do with sushi.
So IAN, what did you want to be originally when you were a kid, and how did that turn into becoming a sushi chef?
I wanted to be a chef. And then I had a family that was in the restaurant business, and it looked very hard and not fun. And that family actually convinced me not to become a chef. And then I wanted to go into finance because it seemed like all my friends were doing that. And then I realized you gotta follow your passion, because whether you make money or all that stuff doesn't matter. It will actually work out if you're able to follow your passion 100%. But you know, the world makes that confusing. So follow your passion.
Okay, so Chef IAN, you opened a sushi restaurant, so I've got to ask you, what is your favorite fish?
Favorite fish is sea bream. Yeah, sea bream. Just a very simple white sea bream has to be my favorite.
Oh yeah, I've tried white sea bream here, and it's really good.
Yeah, it's very plain. But when it's in season, it's very hard to get because everybody wants it, especially in traditional Japanese cuisine. But when you can get it and you have that and the rice, it's such a nice balance of the flavor of the rice and the fish without being like completely overpowering, like eating tuna belly or something. You eat tuna belly, all you get is lots of tuna, you know? It's more the nuance of it, which I like a lot.
Yeah.
Good. What's your favorite fish?
That's a hard one. I don't really have.
Okay, what do you feel like today? What do you feel like today? Doesn't have to be forever, just today's favorite fish.
I will confess that I am a little bit picky about texture, so I don't like particularly fatty things. I like a little bit more of the pure fish.
Nice.
And I like stuff like sea bream and sea bass and those ones.
Yeah.
I like not fatty tuna. Okay, so Chef IAN, do you have any districts in Japan in particular that you like to get fish from?
Great question. Yes, I love to get fish from the Kyushu Island. Have you heard of Kyushu before?
No.
Okay, so basically if you look at Japan, you got the big part, the main island around where Tokyo is, and then on the south is an island called Kyushu. And that's where my wife is from. And it's actually known for a lot of different fish, and a lot of the fish actually get caught in the southern island there, and then go up to Tokyo to be sold around the world. So I love to get the fish from the south of Japan.
Okay, everyone, our final question for Chef Ian is, whenever I try to make sushi, one of the parts I kind of got annoyed by is I could never make my rice. It would always be soggy, or it would be hard, or it would be grainy. But whenever I come to you, your rice is really fluffy and it tastes really good. What's your secret to really making your rice like that?
Okay. Well, just so you know, rice is the hardest part. Okay? So the fact that you're having some difficulties with it is totally normal. And I'm still working on it all the time. It's the thing I think about the most. So I'd say I am constantly looking at the time of the year that the rice comes to me. Because when it was harvested in Japan, how much moisture is in the rice, and then I wash it a certain amount of times, and then cook it with a certain amount of water. And I use a scale to weigh the rice and the water proportion. And I change it ever so slightly by even a gram from the water proportionate to the rice. So, the right amount of water, the right amount of rice, and cooking it perfectly, and then seasoning it perfectly. All those steps, all the line, make it fluffy and enjoyable. Okay, this is the finished rice here, right? And what it's been doing is basically marinating for the last hour. Okay, so I cooked it perfectly, or I hope it's perfect today, and then I seasoned it, and you slice it with a wooden spoon so you can really get each grain, and you don't want to hit it too hard, okay? Maybe you can have another rice making session sometime, okay? It's not sticking. I see it sticking. You know I touch rice so much, so it doesn't like to stick to my fingers. Nice, okay, cool. Holy water. All right, nice. Okay. Now I'm gonna put it in your hands, just because, and don't squeeze it. Think about like a little chicken, like a little chick. You want to be very delicate, or a little kitten or something. You have a dog? You have a dog. Yeah, you're always playing with your dog. You gotta be delicate, right? That is just the start of it, because then you're able to control it without losing it. If it sticks to your hands, then it's so difficult. Okay? Moving it, Play-Doh a little bit, without it falling apart. Okay? There, see? Soft and fluffy. That's how you make the rice soft and fluffy. Rice. Another thing is learning how much rice to put in. There you go. See, it's like a little pillow. Okay? Now we have like a little half pipe. Goes down, bump, down, bump. Okay, colorful sesame. Another very important thing with the rice is, you see how I put all the rice in there? I did it very gentle, with the same kind of gentle technique that you're doing there, so you don't break the rice. So I just put it down enough so all the rice is still standing up. So when I put everything together, like this, and then I go to make the roll,
I never quite understood how to roll sushi rolls, because I always thought you roll them.
actually you want to put it above and you keep air inside, so you never roll it too tight. That's the secret. And then you squeeze it. So it's only a two process. Now, that's how I make a roll. Okay, then you leave it like this. If you're making it at home, it's okay to be more tight with it so it doesn't fall apart.
Yeah.
Okay? So you want to grab it here,
Yeah.
but be as delicate as possible.
Okay, sounds good.
It's okay. All right, nice.
This is nice.
Wow, looks
forth,
good.
Back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth.
And if you feel like you got a little too much, you can always just pull off a little bit.
Yeah.
Ball here. And squeeze like this. Oh, very good. Okay, now lift up your hands. Okay, now get them wet again. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's do that.
Push. Oh.
Yes.
Push.
If you feel it getting sticky, don't worry. You can get it dry again.
Nice. Spread out.
Nice. Seasoned sesame. Now you can very delicately, you can dry actually your fingers here, or else all the sesames will stick. It's a clean towel.
Okay.
Very nice. Grab.
Exactly everything that goes into this roll.
Okay, nice. So, seaweed, seasoned rice, seasoned colorful sesame, and last but not least, cucumber slices.
These are very well minced cucumber slices. I'm just gonna ask, what kind of knives do you use in your restaurant? Because
Well, that's a good question.
making sushi, you need good knives.
That's a good question. I use this one the most. I slice fish with it. I cut cucumbers with it. I cut the maki when it's done with it. Everything. Cut the fish with it. Cut vegetables. I like it. You know, you're gonna find a knife that you just love to hold, and you're gonna use it for a lot of things.
Yeah.
But traditionally, there's a different knife for everything. But I'm not so traditional, and I use a few knives for everything. Here, you want to hold them?
Well, I've never seen sesame seeds like this in Loblaws or anywhere in Toronto, for that matter. Where do you get these sesame seeds?
So I import them from the fish market in Tokyo, and there's a store there that has them, and they're very good because they're lightly seasoned with Japanese soy sauce, and it's really nice to add to a soft fish or a soft vegetable, for example, because it adds that little bit of texture. Also, flavor. That's a good amount, and just put it on half.
Through here? Or through here?
Yeah.
Like
So, and you basically want to cover the center from one edge to the other edge.
I might add just a little bit more.
A little bit. Okay, that's nice.
Now, let's roll. Okay.
All right.
Actually,
Good job.
thank you. Oh,
Nice. Nice.
oh, oh, oh. Well, don't forget, you also have to sing a tune while you're rolling sushi. I think this. This is nice.
It rolled. Looks great.
Yeah.
See? Boom. It's together. Okay, we're gonna come back to that.
Now the expert's gonna make one in time lapse. Cut mine.
Okay. Be careful. I'm very sharp. Nice. She just gotta wipe, okay?
Yeah.
But whenever you wipe, always the sharp facing out. And I'll show you a little trick. Oh, that's good. We can stack this one. Okay. So you make the water a little water on the knife, then you knock it, you see the water drips down, and then one through the middle, and then boom, here,
Oh, nice.
right?
Yeah.
And then I like to do 3. And then, oh,
So Chef Ian, I'd like to say a very big thank you. Not a lot of 4th graders get to go out here and make sushi with one of the best sushi chefs in Toronto. Thanks so much for this. So thank you very much.
you're very welcome.
Now to eat. We couldn't eat in the restaurant because of COVID, and we had our masks on. But now we're at home. Before we start eating, I'm going to tell you guys that Skippa does takeout for at home. With these little Sakana boxes, everything in a box. I love their takeout. It's absolutely delicious. And also, FYI, this is Skippa's homemade soy sauce. The ceremonial box opening! Oh my! This looks so good. I can't wait to dig in. Now, to eat. Now, dip. Oh my God, that roll is super good. Everything in it is perfect. Those seasoned sesame seeds, that perfectly cut cucumber, that fluffy rice, that crunchy paper. It's all perfect. I love it. I just ate another one. I couldn't resist. Now, another huge, gigantic thank you to Chef IAN at Skippa for all his help in this video. This is Chef Daniel signing off. And remember, if I can do it, you can do it.